Hello, everybody. Oh, today we're heading down to the hardware store. I'm going to head to Lowe's, the box one. The box hardware store, not the local one. There's a couple of reasons. Oh, one main one though. As those of you that's been into my place, my house, my glorious abode, I may know that I have my kitchen light switch is actually in my dining room just as you're heading into the kitchen. But the wife was last night was heading into the kitchen and flipped the light switch, and it's got one of those lever style, not the paddle, the lever style, and it just broke. No, she didn't get hurt or anything. I mean, she wasn't going to get hurt on that. So, but I looked around, I didn't have, and it's a funky setup. It has the outlet in the switch in the same unit. You know, a receptacle outlet you plug in the cords and stuff in the same unit. So I didn't have a spare one of those. And I'm like, what am I going to do with that? So I decided, well, luckily the fan, well, I got a ceiling fan, go back up a little bit, I got a ceiling fan inside the kitchen. It's a small kitchen one. It's been there since I bought the house. And it was, so I was able to just turn the light off because the light was stuck on. I was able to shut the light off with the fan unit. So it was like, yeah, that was a simple get around for the night. But today I'm heading out to get that switch in that outlet combination. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and change them over to paddles, because the paddles, I'm slowly changing. Ever since I bought the house, was it 11, 12 years ago, I'm slowly changing all the switches over to paddles. For one thing, I've noticed they look a little bit better, I think. That, and they tend to last a little longer, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and get one of those, which means I got to get a new face plate for it, and get the I do already have a paddle switch for the other side because it's a dual setup. It's got a switch, two switches in an outlet in the same area. So I got extra switches, single switches already. So like I said, I already planned on switching the house over. Oh, I should just switch the, I have a couple bad outlets too in the living room. Just kill the power and go to town on it. Someone's burning rubber. I don't know. Now I smell skunk. But if any, I do my own work that I can do around to my house. Basically, my father, whenever I was growing up, sat me down and taught me how to do this type of work. I mean, I was help wiring houses. I mean, heck, I was 7, 8 years old, as far as I can remember. Little odd jobs. And it was, I mean, but I mean, the way I was raised is basically, if you didn't call a guy out or the girl, whatever you want us to do with it, call it, to fix anything, you fix it yourself. Now there is things nowadays that, I mean, it's gone on for a little while, I just cannot do due to my physical, you might call it ailments, problems, my crosses to bear. Okay, I'll say it that way. And but I mean, I still do things like this. This is not a problem for me. But like I mentioned, I mean, if anybody is really thinking about doing it themselves and they don't know anything about it, get as much information on it before you even dive into it. Ask people about it that knows what they're doing. And I mean, I like to say this, but if you do have any fear of it and you don't have the people to help you with advice, don't do it. Get somebody that knows what they're doing. Because, I mean, you can kill yourself. You can bring your house down. You can kill your family if you have family. Kill your pets. I mean, it's just not worth it, you know? Let somebody else do it. But, I mean, I understand they do charge a lot. I mean, I've wired complete houses. The only part of it that really has tripped me up is a three-way, and they're not hard, really. And it's just a mental block thing. It's three-way switches, and that's not a problem, really. It just, like I said, it's just a mental block to me. And also, I've ran into situations where I was doing a three-way switch years ago, and having not one bad switch, but two bad switches. Like, what the heck? Brand new. They were just toast. Well, we're at the store here. The Lowe's department store. The Lowe's home improvement store, I should say. Well, we got the stuff we need. I need. And I could have saved myself about $3-4, but I decided not to. I mean, if I would have just gotten the direct replacement to what's in the box right now, I could have saved myself $3 or $4. But I started thinking, you know, I just replaced that like 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, maybe. But I mean, but all the other switches that I put in, that were the paddle style switches, were put in the same time, and they're being used just as much, and they okay, and they're still there, not giving me any problems. So it's like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna spend the $3-4 just so I don't have to worry about it another, what, maybe 7 years, you know? It just makes sense to me, because I mean, if I wouldn't have changed out to the paddle style switch, I didn't have to buy a new plate cover, and the switch itself would have been a heck of a lot cheaper. I mean, the switch alone itself would have been maybe $3-4 cheaper. I'm like, I really don't. I don't know. No, actually $2, like $2 cheaper to just get the switch alone. But I mean, it's like, no. I'm gonna try to make it so I don't have to get back into this thing again. If you knows what I mean. I mean, I don't mind doing work like this. I know what I'm doing. I got the tools for it. I mean, you don't need much tools, really. But it's like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm not playing games and come back into it. Fix it once. Make it so hopefully you don't have to come back into it. And if you know that you're getting faulty product, change before you're buying it, or if it's the same product everywhere else, I mean, upgrade. But I mean, the lever switches themselves, at one point in time they were a very good switch. I mean, I changed out the lever switches in my house, well, several of them. And I'll be honest with you, the ones I changed, several of them when I changed out, there was really nothing wrong with them. I mean, they looked to be close to original in the house, almost. Well, I know better than that, because original in the house would have been push button. But, I mean, it goes back a ways, you could tell, you know? So, it's like, yeah, we do what we gotta do. But, I mean, these new ones, it just seem like they're not holding up. I mean, that's the difference, too, in my garage. I mean, I have, 2 different style switches in my garage. I only have 2 switches. What the heck am I talking about? But the one is a paddle, and the other one is the lever switch. And I've had to replace the lever switch twice since I put them in, and the paddles never had to touch. But by saying that, though, that is not a regular switch for the paddle switch. It's an upgraded one. Oh, I forget what it's actually called, but I've got it in line from an air compressor, so I can kick it on and off by hand. And it does wonderful, but it's built for that purpose. So that's not a fair. Ooh, dead skunk. That's not really a fair comparison. But in my house, I'm seeing I'm really telling the difference. I'll tell you, but they're all the same grade for the house purpose. And the levers are the newer levers. I mean, the reason I put them in because I was trying to save money, a little bit of money, and they didn't have the replacement for that style, which had the switch in the outlet at the time around my area that I could get my hands on. So I went ahead and just bought the direct replacement for it and made do with the ugliness, because I think the paddle ones do look better. Sorry, I got that in my mouth. They look more sleek, more modernized. You know, eventually we won't even have switches, will we? We'll be able to control them on our cell phones. Like, you can buy those lights now. I mean, I was looking at a light bulb that has Wi-Fi in it, and it's like $30, $40 for a light bulb. Granted, what is it? I believe it said it was LED too, which was a pretty good price for that. But I mean, they're like, whoa, that was awesome. I kind of like that, but you get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night or get the munchies, and you don't have your cell phone on you. What are we all going to do? Carry a flashlight around? No. I normally do, but that's just my quirkiness. My quirkiness. Well, this is MuzzleMike. I'm gonna finish this ride for today. Hope you guys all have a great day, and MuzzleMike signing out.